Welcome. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to the Crypto Wolfpack Show. My name is Steph, and if you guys are still here, congratulations. It's been a really sticky, tough few months in the markets. Bitcoin is still stuck in purgatory, probably day 230. I haven't gone and counted, but last time I checked, we were on day 220. So if you're still here, fuck dudes, you are warriors. All I can say, guys, is just hold on. The light is at the end of the tunnel. Just hold on a little bit longer. Then I think we will finally get to know if we're going to Valhalla or if we're going for a one-way trip to hell. So saying all that, I haven't done the show in quite a few months, and when the market is also sideways, it's very tough. But it's not an excuse, and I will make more shows. I've freed up a lot of time. As the last few months, I was extremely busy in my own endeavors. But from going forward, we should be plain sailing, and it couldn't have come at a better time. Because I really have missed you guys, and I'm so glad to be back, giving you alpha on a daily basis. So let's quickly get to it. So I have this fun thing that I kind of want to do uh, on a daily basis and a weekly basis and a monthly basis. So basically, every day we're going to be looking at the bubble of the day. So what I mean by the bubble of the day is if we go to your bubbles, let's quickly then transition into there. Okay, I think we should be on the bubbles. I think you should be seeing my screen. Yeah. So I thought it would be a really fun thing to do. So we look at the bubble of the day, see if there's something there for us in the future, and we can also look at your weekly bubble at the end of the week, and at the end of the month we'll go and look at the monthly bubble. So let's go over to the daily bubble, and it looks like FTT is winning the daily bubble. So let's go ahead and see if we can see if there's anything a possible trade for us on FTT. Most of the time, obviously, you'll have to wait because normally it's gone up a very long way. So if I just look at the FTT, we can see we broke we broke out of this range, and it actually did some really good numbers. I mean, holy shit! At some point, it was up 117%. So would I jump in here? Absolutely not. You're gonna get hammered if you try and jump in here. We can clearly see that we are currently forming a bit of bearish divergence as well, which tells me that this will probably end up coming back down over here. So that can actually give us, I mean, this is quite a big range. What is the range of this? Roughly 16%. Not really worth our time. But so FTT is definitely the bubble of the day, and I think it's probably the bubble of the week as well. Absolutely, FTT is the bubble of the week. So what we can do maybe is see how it progresses over time. Not a fan of FTT. Obviously, we all know the story there. But for some reason, we are getting some some fucking degens that's pumping this fin. So let's see what it does when it pulls back, and it obviously will pull back, and how it looks when it gets to this area. Is it gonna respect this correction, or will it break down over here to take out these lows? So we'll keep an eye on this on the future. That's definitely your weekly bubble of the day. Okay, let's quickly go. I want to jump on to Bitcoin and just show you guys what we're looking at, what we're seeing on Bitcoin. And if we go to the weekly, we're stuck in purgatory. Let's quickly check the days. How many days? Just for interest's sake. We are stuck in this purgatory range. So basically take it from there. Uh, 221. So day 221 in purgatory. So let's go back to a weekly. We're in this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cup and handle. And it's this such a long-term bullish pattern. This. So let's go over it. So we're currently in this weekly bull flag, you can say. We've definitely, if we go to the daily, we bounce perfectly from the bottom of the trend line, and we went to the top of the trend line over here, the correction line. And we couldn't get it done, guys. We just couldn't get it done. The bear stepped in, and they forced us back down again. So if we go to a daily, what I really want to see here is my drawing tool. Let's get the drawing tool. Is do something like this on a daily, and then we can maybe finally break out of this and go take out all these bears, liquidate the shit out of them, and we can go on our merry way to Valhalla. So that's what I'm really hoping for will happen. If I just look at the data, if I look at all the charts, guys, we are not gonna get October. I just don't see it in the charts. And the charts tell a story before it happens. So at this stage, in my opinion, October is out of the question. It's not going to happen. So if we go to, I am currently in a BTC long, but only I like the flag over here, and we'll probably just go up like this and maybe catch a move like this. That's what I predict. And then hopefully we can go a little bit higher and make a proper little correction, 4-hour daily correction like this, and we can continue to the upside. So I took this on the lower time frame. We broke some key pivot levels, and I got into the trade over here. I'm still in it. And I've already moved this to my stop loss to break even, so should it come back down, I won't lose anything on the trade. I had a really beauty down from here. I took the trade, and we went up very nicely over here. And when everybody was getting bullish like mofos up here, I realized like shit, it's not gonna break, because we had some bearish divergence, and the market normally goes against the majority of what people believe will happen. So at that point, I should have actually have gotten out here, but I ended up getting out of here. Still Still a very very nice move. I mean, on Bitcoin, 14% trade is not bad at all. I actually end up taking the short, and if we go to the 1 hour, I took the short over there. As soon as we lost these key pivot areas, I got into the short and I wrote it down. I got out there and then I opened up a long. So can I get it 3 times in a row? Winning trade? Let's hope so. Guys, I like trading. I'm not a fan of trading small time frames because it's really fucking hard, especially with the manipulation currently and the chop. It's really hard to trade small time frames. That's why I'm comfortable and I'm most successful on your medium swing trades and obviously the long term investment thesis. Uh, the way I set up my portfolio is basically 90% is in long term plays, and then I only use about 10% for shorter time frame trades. And when I say small time frames, I mean like 4 hour, 1 hour, minimum 15-minute time frames trades that I would take. Saying that, there is two other trades I'm currently in. I saw this one and I got in. I would have liked to have gotten in there. We broke some key pivot level areas. I got in there yesterday. Not always keen of taking trades over the weekend, but it looks pretty good. And when this comes, and this is called Baldex, it's BDX USDT. When we come and break out of the structure, I'll definitely just move my stop to break even. And my first target is 0.65. Second target is about 0.07, and then my final target will be there at 0.086. So if this plays out, will be a nice 49% move. That's if it plays out, and we'll just chuck it along. Another one I saw was that I got into was Tron. This one currently down. I'm not too worried about it yet. I'll probably just watch it closely when we get to this level over here and see if we can get a bounce. If we can't get a bounce and we close below there, I'll probably just take the loss. No big deal. You can't always win them all. But the way my system works is it normally gives me the highest probability trades, and I only take the highest probability trades. That's why I would skip on a lot of trades. So let's just go back to Bitcoin and what I predict, and it's basically I see a 70% chance that the bull market is still intact and we end up having a good Q4 and end up going to Valhalla in Q4 and next year. But here's the kicker, and this is really worrying me. But time will tell what will happen. I foresee about a 30% chance that we don't get the bull and we kind of at the top and we will crash frantically to the downside. And when will that thesis be validated? So let's go over to the stock market. And it's purely based on the stock market. If we go to a daily and we do this, we're currently in a very dangerous zone over here. If we know, and we've done the research, like every time before you go into an election, you do get a small pullback. You can't really call it a crash, but you get a small pullback. So how would that pullback look? Normally it goes between 6 to 9%. So let's say we get a pullback today, roughly about there. So we're looking at something like this. Let's say it bounces perfectly off the 200, and we just get a pullback 9% going into the elections, and then after the elections or just before the election we start pumping, and depending on who wins we will get a mega pump, or who knows what the hell will happen if Kamala wins. So if this happens, it's all good. I mean, it's just a local top, it's not a major top, but there's always that chance, guys. The market does what people don't expect it to do. When everybody expects something to happen, it doesn't happen that way. And this is where my major concern comes in. If this is a major chop and we see something like a, a 20 to 30% crash, we can basically kiss our bull run goodbye. It will not happen. So this is why I'm saying there's a 30%, 70% chance bull is still intact. We just form a small local top. We take a little bit dip before the elections, and after elections we go on our merry way to the upside. So I'm really hoping that this is the case, and we will just have to wait it out and see how it's going to play out. So let's see how that plays out. Then I want to run through some watch lists. Normally, you know how you can tell that the market isn't hot. You just look at my watch list. If it's small, okay, it's not hot. I mean, 7, 8 months ago, guys, we were fucking hammering the trades. We were getting ridiculous returns. We were getting fucking 2, 3, 5x trades. Currently, that has died down. We're not getting that. Um, I'm not going to show you my portfolio, but I can give you some of my highest conviction picks. Portfolio is only reserved for my trading group. I show my trading group all my assets in my portfolio, and they can obviously make up their own mind, do their own research if they like if they like my offer and my thesis on why I have certain stuff in my long-term portfolio. So what is my highest? I'm going to say my highest free conviction plays. Currently, Casper I got in at a super good price, and my Casper bags has already 10x. But I believe Casper can still do very well. If we pull up Casper, Casper is currently in this area over here. I'm hoping that we get some sort of a bounce. So let's just track it. But I would say if it's the drawing tool, if we can get a proper bounce here, get above all these key pivot areas, it's going to go and make its next move. Absolutely, no doubt about it. I mean, you can even say that we we formed this, couldn't get it done, we broke out of that, and we in a very we in this type of a scenario. So I think Pascal, if Bitcoin makes its move, Casper is going to do very well. So Casper is one of my high conviction plays. Then the second, well, my biggest bag is obviously Solana. It has to be Solana. Solana is the chosen child, the chosen golden boy for this cycle, and I think Solana is gonna easily do a 5 to 10x from where it currently is. So Solana is I also got in um, I got in here back in the day at $22. I rode it all the way up here, and over here I I took profits and I took some out of I took a large chunk out of my Bitcoin and I added it to my Solana bag. So Solana is my biggest holding currently. So we had like a very this is a very key area that we are finding support on, and we've bounced a couple of times from this. So this is a if you tend to come back down again, I mean this won't be a bad spot to load up some more Solana. So Solana, one of my other highest conviction players. Then one of the other ones is Brett. Brett also gonna do very very well, guys. I think Brett easily have a 10x. So I mean, it's such a good place to load up on. Such an amazing place. I mean, you filled this order block perfectly, and it's starting to get tight. Let's see where your key pivot areas are. So definitely watch this. This is a very good place this to load up, in my opinion, and I think that Brett will do very very well. And then my fourth highest conviction play will probably be. Well, these are basically my three highest conviction plays. If I have to choose one of my portfolio, it will probably have to be. Just trying to see what I've got in my portfolio. Um, Probably AR, very good place to load up on. I mean, AR took a hectic um, pullback, and I think that's AR is a very good place to load up on. Very, very good place to load up on. I mean, we in this lower part of the correction, your daily correction, and this will be an awesome place to load up on. I can't see it going down any further. It can always maybe we go and take out this order block over here. So we could maybe do something like this and then continue to the upside. But this area over here, anything from down here to down here, fantastic place to load up. If we get above these key pivot areas over here, watch out, baby. It's going to do some damage. So very good upside potential for AR. So those are my four high conviction plays. Is basically Solana, Casper, Bretts, and AR. Can't go wrong with these players, dudes. One thing that I've stressed, and the day I stopped doing this was the day my portfolio started to grow exponentially. You know, the problem with most people make when they come into crypto is they chase the mythical unicorn. So what do I mean by chasing the mythical unicorn? They always try and chase the 100 X's. Guys, come on. Think for yourselves. Your chances of actually getting a 100x is so fucking rare. Stop chasing the 100x's. You're gonna wipe your portfolio down little bit by little bit by little bit. Every time you chase a 100, you see your ass. Every single time you get some clown that comes on and shows a fucking thing that he thinks is gonna be a 100x, you're gonna get hammered. The day I stopped trying to get 100x's, and just went for the smart, safe place is the day my portfolio started to exponentially explode. So, I mean, go for your 10x's. A 10x is still fantastically uh, amazing. Come on. Where in what other markets are you going to get a 10x? Very rare. In crypto, 10x's are not that hard to get. So just concentrate on the your blue chips. Don't try and chase these small little fuck you coins that's gonna fuck you in the ass. Sorry for my language. I need to work on my language. Especially if children listen. So guys, just use your head. Don't go for these 100x's. You're gonna get hurt. So let's saying all that. Let's quickly go over here to CoinGlass. Amazing site. If you haven't checked out CoinGlass, do so. It's really has such amazing alpha and data. Let's quickly go here to the liquidation order block map, and let's see where your major areas are. So here we've got basically a huge area by 62,800. Let's call it 63. Let's try and get some more. Let's get some higher time frame. So definitely up here, I would say is the most. So 63,000. I'm already open. Let's not do that. Let's close that one. Let's go back here. So if we go to Bitcoin and let's pull it up. So basically, we've got a big area here by 63,000. So we've got a big area there. So chances are we will probably, like that's where my key pivot area is. So chances are we will probably go and take out your 63,000. Then, this is really concerning, guys. We have a major order block here at, call it about 59, 58,000. So I'm hoping that is not the case, but we can't we can't, you know, not take it into consideration. So roughly here, let's see where 58,000 is. Roughly here is another um, big. So this is basically where your big order blocks are. And we know that liquidation order blocks, the price moves to the closest one like a magnet most of the time. And then once it's taken out one, it will go to the next one. So how will that look? Well, basically, we'll break out of this little 4-hour flag over here. We'll take out this, and then we can dump back down to here. And then who knows from there. From there, we can do a little bit sideways action and continue on with the pain. Or we can do a V-shaped recovery and then continue to the upside. So those are also the scenarios that we currently that the liquidation or the block heat map is telling us will play out. So keep that in mind. I'm going to leave this on and we'll just track what scenario happens. Obviously, the other scenario, which I hope is the scenario that will happen, we do something like this, come back down over here, and then we continue up. So I'm hoping for this scenario to play out. There's quite a few scenarios that we have to keep in mind, and we just have to see which one is gonna play out. Yeah, I've got a few um, players on my watch list that we can go through, and as I go through my watch list, guys, you will see that most things I don't see the huge moves in October. I'm sorry. All the charts are telling me that we're gonna have a sideways October. We're gonna stuck in this fucking purgatory for another few 2 weeks or so, and then we'll have to see. But that's unfortunately the way it is. So let's quickly run through this small watch list and just see what I'm looking for, and we'll track this on a daily basis. But at the moment, these are on my watch list. So obviously, if you go to, I'm gonna go to my screening tab over here, where I get most of my good setups, my daily setups. I'll just see if I can see something there. We can go through that as well. But let's look what I've got on so far. So basically, I've in this pork. Well, I'm not in it. I'm maybe considering a position. We in a this big diagonal zone over here, which it looks like it's respecting. It's, if we come back down here and bounce and maybe get some above some key pivot areas here, I'll definitely consider this trade. I mean, that would not be a bad trade. Let's say we can get in from there and rode it up to the top. That's a 52% trade. Unfortunately, it looks like meme coins are still the freaking meta, guys. Unfortunately. So I'm looking at this. Next one I'm looking at is WIF. If we go to a daily, we broke out of this daily structure. We couldn't break one of your main pivots over here, which we'll have to see what happens. But it is starting to break some other key pivot areas. Guys, these pivot areas are how I get 90% of my amazing swing trades. And it's a system I created, and it really works like a fucking bomb. When these pivot areas get very close together, and you get like a setup on on them, and they break a little small correction or something and these pivot areas are super tight, you get one explosive move, and it works 8, 9 out of 10 times. It's the man. All my years of learning all the strategies under the sun, I have to say this one I created on my own has made me has done exceptionally well for me. And this is one that I teach in my trading group, and I've got 12 years experience in the markets, guys. I started on Forex, and then I transitioned into stocks, Nasdaq, S&P 500, and obviously I wish I transferred to crypto a lot sooner, but hey, I'm here now, and I'm kicking ass, taking names. But I've traded all, guys. I got my badge on trading all assets. I've pulled the trigger probably more than, I don't know, 2,000 times in my life. So I know how price moves, how the market works, and I'm trying to combine that 12 years into a single course. And the plan is to put that in trading group once I've completed that course. It's not easy to take 12 years knowledge and try and cram it into something like a 10 video course. It's not easy. But the plan is that course you will get for free when you join the trading group. So stay tuned for that. I'll let you guys know when I'm finally finished with that, and it's in the trading Discord group. So what did I see for WIF? Basically, if we once again I foresee something like this, and then we can see where our pivot levels are and see where we can catch the trade. But I mean, if this is to stay out of the structure, you're looking at a minimum breaking that top of 100% gain. So that not a bad trade. So definitely looking at width. Other one I'm looking at is Tia. Tia looks interesting. We let's go to always look at the higher time frames first. If you look here, we were in this very long, nasty drop. I mean, Tia did so amazing when it came out, guys. But you have to realize that VCs were pumping this thing to the fucking moon, and then everybody that dropped their um, that got their airdrop and the VCs that got their unlocked tokens, they just killed it. They totally killed it. And that's the meta of, unfortunately, of the cycle. It's been high FTV, low float, and it's destroyed the cycle. But I think we're finally at that stage where TIA has reached the bottom. It's starting to form like a rounded bottom. That's always a good sign. And I think we can definitely get some type of a good trade here on the short time frame. Look, long time frame, we're looking same thing. We're looking at it maybe do to do something like this, you know, and then let's just drag that over, and then maybe breaking out to the top. So that's maybe what we're looking at on the, but on the short time frame, I think we can actually get a trade here. So let's have a look at it. Currently in this correction over here, and let's see where some order blocks are. There's one order block. We'll have to see if we can get to there. Let's pull a small little Fibonacci here. See to where possibly. Oh, fantastic! That little order block is on the golden pocket, so we might get a little move down here, something like this, and then if we can get a good entry from here, maybe worth a chance, and then we can see where we can go. So let's just basically see if this trade is really worth it. If we take this measured move, let's say that we can maybe get in here somewhere. Stops go below there. I mean, it's not a. I mean, that's okay. That looks better. About a 17% move. Well, we'll take what we can get. So we'll track this one. 3.72 risk to reward. That's not bad. Let's just see. We've got this. We'll track this. What we can do is we'll pull a little alert over here. When it comes to here, we can put an alert on here and see what how we look when we get to that area. So TR, looking at TR. Next one is RVEV. Also, we're getting above some key pivot areas. We can go above that. That would be super awesome. To show you the higher time frame, I mean, we broke out of this beautiful diagonal range that we had, and we bounced off. It's starting to form some. This area is starting to form some support. If we can hold, that would be fantastic. But also, 4 hour, I foresee it also doing something like this. Coming back down here. Doing something like this maybe, and then only going up. So let's quickly map out the lower time frame trades. I would rather wait for it to break, get some extra confirmation, break some of these key pivot areas. Uh, Stops maybe low there. Let's mark out the measured move. Here we go. From your breakout today, also 14%. Risk to reward 3.83, not bad. So another one we can keep our eyes on. But then I've got BNB. Um, I only see small time frame trades, but this one can um, if this one can come up, do something like this, then come back down, we can get in here, break this trend. This will, I mean, I expect BNB to do a very good move. Um, when's this time frame? We're looking at it in the middle of November, maybe. So BNB, I'm expecting to do something like this. So let's say that we can get a really good entry around here somewhere. Stops will go about, we can get away with it there. A little bit of a bigger stop, 13%. And then 83% move if that reaches the measured move. Not bad at all. So another one we can keep our eyes on and just see how this one plays out. This one a little bit longer. I wouldn't really go for a smaller time frame on here just because of the lower time frames. Let's keep this one and see how it progresses. Next one is old goody Monero. Look at how close these pivots are, guys. So we can get a really, really good move if it stays above these pivots and just make a nice little correction for us here to trade. I mean, that will be something amazing. So let's keep our eyes on this one. I'll see it playing out only in next week sometime. But well, this one says tomorrow, but we'll have a look and see how it looks tomorrow. And let's see if the trades with, well, it does look so. And if this one gets going, I really see it. I really see it going to the top here with relative ease. So let's see if we can. I'm not a fan of breakout trades, guys. Always so dangerous to take breakout trades. But this is a small one, and it's near close to a bottom area. That's basically the only times I would take out a breakout trade. Let's put on our long tool over here. Let's go back here. Let's say what we can maybe get in here somewhere. We're lucky. Stop loss just below your key pivot areas and up there as well. So also 14%. So here's the deal. We've got other smaller time frame trades that also can give us roughly 15% each. So let's say we win 2 out of these trades. So we win 15, we win 15, 30%, and we maybe lose this one, which is not a small loss, for 3%. That's 27%, guys. That's not bad. That's not a bad deal. That's why I always say, don't always go for quality over quantity. Always just go for the high quality setups. I scour through so many charts on a daily basis, and currently at this stage, there's not a lot of good setups. There's really not a lot of good setups. Okay, Mexi. Let's have a look at Mexi. Mexi also. Oh no. Yep. So we broke out of this range, and we can see that range became your new support. We bouncing perfectly off that support currently. So if we can hold the support and maybe we get something like this, form something like this again. This would be a great trade. And if we look at the longer time frame trade, let's say you go over here and then you make like another type of a correction over here. And then you'll get a very good one. So this one definitely, I see some good potential for Mexi token. So let's keep our eye on this one as well. Make this green because we are looking for a sell. Can be confusing. The red, we're looking for a buy. Okay, another one to keep our eyes on. Then ARC. This one also, we got some nice. It's nice rounded bottom. Um, could be a good trade, but we just have to watch out that we're not doing something. We're doing this currently, so we have to watch out that it doesn't come back down again. But so maybe a possibility for like a Adam and Eve type of a vibe here. So we just have to watch that. But if we can do something like this over here, give us our correction over here, and then trade it. It's going to be a massive, awesome trade. What is the risk to reward? What is the possibility? We are looking at, let's take the measured move. These measured moves plays out so perfectly sometimes, guys. I've had it that it goes to the pip to the measured move. Let's say, let's not even be greedy. Let's say we take it there. Stop, maybe go below it. There we can't go wrong. Use a little bit of a longer stop. And we're looking at a fantastic 84% move if this plays out. So let's keep our eyes on this one. Because the stop is so large, 18%, I'll use a little bit less capital than what I'm used to. So that's all. Risk management is such an important key part that you have to watch. So let's go. Let's see here what's trending. Uh, Popcat, what's trending. I gave this to some of my VIP traders, and they got in here somewhere. Very nice. Congratulations, guys. Then Brett is trending at the moment. We've spoke about Brett. Let's see what Donald Trump is trending. Let's see what's trending today. Let's see if we can catch anything. Not a fan of trading on the weekends, but let's have a look see in any case. See what we can see. Oh no, definitely not that. You missed a train. Cannot take a trade with something that's done this. Forget it. We missed a trade. Let's have a look here. Sigma, I'm not even going to go there. What's this one? Cell frame token. Let's have a look here. What's the ticker name for this? Cell. Let's see if it's available on any of our exchanges. Cell frame, definitely. Mexi. Mexi is such awesome. Once again, we missed the bus. On this one, you can't trade something like that. You can't FOMO into something like that. That's a problem with trending token, guys. Very, once it starts trending, move has already occurred. I had a look at Camino yesterday. It wasn't anything there. So basically, not much going on further than that. So let's have a look. Let's keep our eyes on our watch list. And if I see anything, I'll take. I'll maybe just post some of the stuff I take in my X account. Mostly all my other setups I take, I post in my trading group. If you're interested in my trading group, uh, you can just you can give me a shout out at it will come on the screen now at cryptowolf42 at gmail.com. Uh, it's not a lot, guys. If you take all the alpha I give you on a daily basis in there, it's not a lot. It's $100 a month. These days, you can't even have a dinner, buy a cup of coffee for $100 a month. So, if you're interested, get in touch with me. But for now, signing off. Goodbye from the Crypto Wolf Pack. Cheers, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.